Good evening, everyone. I'm Brett Thomas.
And I'm Heather Herron. There is new momentum in an effort to turn US 30 into a freeway. An idea that seemed unlikely just 2 years ago is now within the realm of possibility.
Well, Governor Holcomb mentioned it in his State of the State this year, and the legislature passed a gas tax bringing in new revenue. But with a price tag north of $1 billion, the question is, would it be worth it? Standing sentry where roads intersect, the mark of a terrible loss. US 30 at Felger, US 30 at 205, Kramer, West County Line Road. This divided highway, it appears, is an asphalt memorial to lives interrupted.
I remember pulling up to the stop sign and then looking, and I didn't see the truck.
O'Day Road, almost exactly 9 years ago.
And then I remember waking up in a ditch.
5 brothers and sisters, the Gregory kids, all in that silver Pontiac Grand Am.
I had 4 broken ribs and both bones in my left arm, and then some glass all over me.
Evan and 3 of his siblings survived, but not Audie.
Tonight, people are mourning the loss of a Carroll High School student. 17-year-old Audrey Gregory was killed in a 2-car crash on US 30 early this morning.
Part of that story not everyone knows. Audie was pregnant. On that day, November 18th, 2 people died.
This is one of the major arteries that run through northeast Indiana.
According to INDOT, on any given day, more than 30,000 cars and trucks pass along US 30, busier than some sections of Indiana Interstate. And of those vehicles, more than a quarter of them are trucks.
It's not uncommon for them to get speeds 80s, 90s, sometimes triple digits out here.
Wow.
Because it's so straight and flat between Fort Wayne and Columbia City.
Let's face it, US 30 wasn't really built to handle that kind of traffic. That's what interstates are for, that's what freeways are for, and that's why we're advocating to change US 30 into a freeway.
Columbia City Mayor Ryan Daniel, along with mayors and executives from Fort Wayne, Warsaw, and Plymouth, representing 6 different counties along US 30, think getting rid of all those stoplights and uncontrolled intersections is the answer. They're part of a group called the US 30 Coalition. They're calling for a 4-lane freeway with on and off ramps from Fort Wayne to Valparaiso. An INDOT study suggests the change would cut accidents by more than 300 each year and save 4 lives.
We believe that having those on-ramps and off-ramps creates a safer environment. More traffic creates more business. We think it's a win-win for everybody.
As long as the people can get off the highway easily and get back on the highway easily, I think we'll be fine.
Gary Hively owns Poptique, a Columbia City-based tasty gourmet popcorn shop within eyeshot of anyone passing through. He's on board, as long as those ramps are well-reasoned.
If they make it difficult, go a mile or 2 out each way, it may hurt the businesses. Because people want to be able to get in and get out quick.
But it's not just about access. Some estimates say that if 30 was turned into a freeway, the trip to Chicago would be cut by as much as 40 minutes. You could be watching a Cubs game at Wrigley in just 2.5 hours. Travelers and commuters taking advantage of the savings in time would more than double the number of cars on that road to 81,000 vehicles by 2035.
That's increased amount of individuals that are coming and visiting our community, going to the restaurants. We think it could be a huge economic boom.
But Chuck Surak, owner of Sweetwater, is cautious. Be careful not to bypass the boom into a bust, he warns.
There's a lot of great businesses, from the truck stops to the restaurants to the hotels, the zoo, all kinds of things that are going to lose business if we divert the traffic away from Fort Wayne.
Whether it's a possibility or pipe dream, the police will keep on policing.
I feel very confident in saying that the state police's mission out here on this highway will be as it always has been.
The popcorn pop.
Any improvements, making traffic flow better, making things safer, I think are good for all of us.
And Evan will keep moving forward.
There's no reason to be angry about it. I mean, people grieve in different ways, and something like this you're going to grieve your whole life. Either you can grieve in a positive way, remember all the good things you learned from something like this, or you can let it eat you up.
Hoping there will be some kind of change at some point, so no one will have to endure a loss like his along this Indiana crossroad.
INDOT says there is no project planned for US 30, but the coalition hopes it will be added to the to-do list sometime next year, and perhaps in the next decade or so, something may be done.